Hi, and welcome. Let's take a closer look and see how we can change different views and perspectives inside of Blender. So I have the file open. It's the default file that pops open when you first see Blender. And what we're going to do is we'll play around and let's add a monkey on top of this. So I'll just click and use my 3D cursor, Shift A on my keyboard, and let's add a monkey. There he is. Okay. I'll make them smooth, and I'm going to right click on this cube and I'm going to hit X to delete it, and now I'm going to add Shift A. I will add a cylinder underneath the monkey, and I'll move it back a bit there. You can also use the G key, and I will also add a cube underneath the monkey, and I will smooth out that cube, and I'm just going to hit G. It looks like everything is pretty much lined up, but if we take a closer look from different perspectives, we can see what we need to realign. So right now we're in the user perspective, which you can see in the upper left hand corner of the screen. If you want to change, let's look at the front. Let's go down here and select View, and let's select Front. Now this is actually going to give us the front perspective view, and it gives us a perspective. It's not quite exact. In order to see the grid and get the exact alignments, you need to actually go with View, and what you're going to need is the View Perspective option here, and that enables you to see the grid, and you notice how there was a slight change there. The monkey is not lined up, so let's use the arrows and line them up a little neater. And let's take a look and see. This is kind of far away from the cylinder. Needs to be a little closer. I think that looks better. Now let's take a look at the view from the right perspective, and it looks like it's not in alignment once again. So that's the advantage of making sure you look at things from all angles. So let's move this back a bit, and let's put this right here by the monkey, and let's move this here and put that underneath. Now let's look at the left view, and we can see that. Now there are also things that you can notice from the top. Looks pretty good from the top. That's the monkey's head, and that's the cube. And if I go in a little closer, we can even see better. If you hit Z on your keyboard, this allows you to see the grid and the shape. It allows you to kind of look inside. And if I zoom out a little and rotate around with my mouse, you can see through objects and see the wireframe if you select Z. If you press Z again, it will allow you to see the shaded view. So that's just a shortcut to remember. So let's take a look at the keyboard shortcuts to change perspectives. I'm going to use the numpad and hit the number 1. This gives us the front. 3 will give us the right view. Control 3 will give you left. 7 will give you top. Control 7 will give you the bottom view. So as you get more comfortable using Blender, those views and changing views are going to be making life a lot easier using the keyboard. So I'm going to go with the front view for now. And let's say you want to see multiple views at the same time. If you go to the upper right hand corner of your screen and you notice these arrows up here, like first we have the mouse and then it turns into kind of like a crosshair. If I click and I hold the right mouse button and I click and drag, it will give me 2 separate screens, and I can change my view right here. So let's say I want to look at the right view. I can hit 3, and now I can look at the front and the right. If I click and drag again, and just as a reminder, you can also change views using this as you get more comfortable. All of the keyboard shortcuts are listed there. So as you get more comfortable, you can just use these and learn, okay, let's look at the top view. And that would give me 7. You can zoom in a little bit here, there, and there. And this enables you to see the objects from different points of view, which is extremely important as a 3D artist in the 3D space. Because just because it looks good under one angle doesn't mean it's going to look so good at the next angle. So it's very important to constantly change views and even to rotate around to get a better perspective of exactly how your object looks. So if you want to get rid of these extra views or screens, you can just go back and hold it. It takes a little bit of practice, but just use the mouse button, hold down the right, and drag up, and notice how that gray arrow appears. If I release, it will take away that view, and I can do that over here too and get rid of this view at the very top. And if I zoom out a little, we can have a better perspective there. And that concludes our walkthrough of different perspectives and views inside of Blender. Thank you for watching.